Adisa and Simi are inseparable childhood friends in a coastal village where Adisa secretly loves Simi, who views him as a brother. When Simi falls for a visiting trader and chooses him over Adisa, he is devastated but hides his pain. After a new lover tragically drowns, Simi turns to Adisa, hoping to rebuild. Welcome, dear viewers, to the sixth and final episode in the Unrequited Love series. To wrap up this series, we shall be looking at the reign of sorrow. But before diving into it, I really wanted to appreciate you for subscribing to this channel and telling others about what we do here. Thank you for sticking around right from the opening episode where we looked at the drama of Kofifi, and for showing the same support with Efe's last reign, Ashes of the Savannah, Tales of the Baobab, and Whispers in the Hamilton. I pray that God answer your call every time you beacon to Him. Now back to the reign of sorrow. Grab your popcorn, take a seat, and let's enjoy. In a picturesque coastal village, where the sun dipped into the ocean like a molten gold coin, Adisa and Simi grew up as inseparable friends. Their laughter rang out like chimes carried by the gentle sea breeze, echoing against the vibrant huts painted in hues of blue and green. Adisa was a tall, lanky boy with deep-set eyes that sparkled with kindness. He had a quiet strength, always protective of Simi, who was as radiant as the dawn, with her curly hair dancing in the wind and a smile that could light up the darkest days. Simi was the heart of the village. Every day, they spent their time exploring the sandy shores, collecting shells and making dreams about the future. Yet, as the years passed, Adisa's feelings for Simi deepened into something more profound. He loved her fiercely, but never found the courage to reveal his heart, fearing it would ruin the brotherly bond they cherished. One fateful day, a visiting trader named Kofi arrived in their village, bringing tales of distant lands and exotic treasures. Simi, mesmerized by his charisma and charm, found herself swept away by his affections. Adisa watched from the sidelines, his heart aching as Simi jiggled and flirted with Kofi. "Simi, don't you see? It's just a visitor," Adisa urged one evening as they strolled along the beach, the sun setting in a fiery sky. "He won't stay. He's not going to stay. You deserve someone who truly cares for you." "Adisa, you won't understand," Simi replied, a voice filled with excitement. "Kofi is different. He's a different guy. He sees me in a way you never have." With each passing day, Adisa felt himself sinking into despair as Simi drifted further away. When Simi chose Kofi over him, he buried his pain beneath a mask of indifference, forcing a smile even as his heart shattered. Weeks later, tragedy struck. A storm raged over the coastal village, fierce waves crashing against the shore, swallowing the trader's boat. Adisa stood on the beach, his chest tight with fear as the villagers searched for survivors. When the news came that Kofi had drowned, Simi was devastated. Her world crumbled around her like a sandcastle washed away by the tide. Adisa, watching her grief, felt a pang of sympathy. Despite his own heartbreak, he rushed to her side, wrapping his arms around her as she sobbed into his shoulder. "I'm sorry, Simi," he whispered, his heart aching for her pain. "I'm here for you." Days passed, and Simi turned to Adisa for comfort, realizing too late that the bond they shared was something special. But Adisa was scared and weary, his own emotions tangled in a web of hurt. He saw Simi's tears, felt her warmth beside him, but the fear of rejection loomed large in his heart. "Simi," he said one rainy afternoon as the clouds darkened the sky, casting a shadow over the village, "I can't do this anymore. I can't pretend to be the brother you lost. You deserve someone who can truly love you." "But I deserve," she pleaded, rain pouring down around them, mixing with her tears. "You're the one I need. You always have been." "Then why did you choose him? You chose him over me." Adisa's voice trembled with anguish, his heart heavy with the weight of unspoken words. "You left me behind for a dream. I didn't know, Adisa. I didn't realize how much it meant to me until it was too late." She cried, her voice breaking as the rain soaked her clothes, clinging to her like the sorrow in her heart. Adisa turned away, unable to face her, the rain drenching him as it fell. "Sometimes love isn't enough, Simi. You can't go back. I'm not the same boy you knew. I'm changed." With that, Adisa walked away, the mist of the rain enveloping him, leaving Simi alone in the downpour. She watched him retreat into the shadows, her heart breaking with every step he took away from her. "Adisa!" she shouted, but the wind carried her words away, lost in the storm. As the rain poured down, Simi felt the world collapse around her. Her heart ached with the realization that the love she had rejected was now lost to her forever. Standing in the rain, she wept for the brother she had taken for granted, the friend she had lost to the tides of fate. Days turned into weeks, and the village continued to thrive despite the sorrow that hung in the air. Adisa withdrew into himself, spending his days fishing alone and avoiding Simi's gaze. The weight of his unrequited love hung heavily on him, a cloud he could not shake. But Simi was determined to rebuild their friendship, to prove their love was real. "Adisa," she called one evening, finding him by the shore. "I can't lose you again. Please let me in." Adisa looked at her, his heart torn. "I don't know if I can, Simi. You broke my heart once. I fear I cannot risk it again. Please give me another chance. I can't bear to be without you," she begged, desperation lacing her words. He shook his head, the pain in his heart too fresh, too raw. "Sometimes things change beyond repair. I am sorry," Adisa said. With that, he turned away once more, leaving Simi standing alone, her heart heavy with sorrow, the rain beginning to fall again. And that way, the story of love ended. Thank you for watching The Reign of Sorrow. Did you resonate with Adisa and Simi's journey? As we navigate the theme of unrequited love, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What would you have done in Adisa's position? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Ben's Voice Narrative for more stories like this. Stay tuned for more exciting content. Until then, remember that your engagement is truly appreciated. Stay blessed.